same, but the seasons have changed. For the leader, everybody else is looking at clock, but the leader is monitoring the changes and the seasons in the environment. So the question is, are you going to go with hierarchy or you're going to go for talent? That is a choice the leader is going to have to make. And that is why teamwork has become extremely important. Because you need to understand that for you to achieve your objective, it is a combination of talent, skills, and competence, not personality. Two reasons why teams have become so crucial in modern organizations. I want to give you two reasons why teams are so crucial in modern organizations. And when I say modern organizations, we are talking about organizations that cannot do without digitization. Number one, when you see this, what comes to mind? If you went to your office and you saw this image, what comes to mind? For the leader, anytime you see this clock, the leader does not interpret this as clock. The time may be the same, but the seasons have changed. For the leader, everybody else is looking at clock, but the leader is monitoring the changes and the seasons in the environment. People, listen very carefully. Why teams are so crucial now? Now, I want you to understand something, and I think we talked about this earlier on. When Thomas Friedman did his study, in the morning I told you, he came up with 4 pillars. And he talked about the fact that there are now generations that have come on board. We can count 4 generations. In fact, now there are 5. We have the Alpha, we have the Generation Y, Generation X, baby boomers, and then the traditionalists. Each of these people operate with different characteristics. There are some people, if you ask them to come to work every day, they don't like it, because they are telling you, why can't you tell us what you want us to deliver for you? And we will do it for you without having to come to the office every day. Peter Drucker said, management by objectives. In other words, the leader can decide that rather than telling you, come to work every day, I give you specific strategic objectives to execute. If it takes you 2 days to execute it, you can take the rest of the 3 days. That is the mindset of the Alpha generation. They want to come to work in jeans and in t-shirts. If they come to work and you tell them, why are you not in t-shirt? Why are you not in suit and tie? They don't understand. They have become multi-skilled people. They are working, they are checking their phones, they are on the Instagram, but they are still working to deliver what you want them to deliver for you. That is a generation that we have on board at the moment. The question that we must answer as leaders, what kind of leadership style do we need to employ in order to lead these teams that we are talking about? The point I'm making is that when you see this clock, ladies and gentlemen, as a leader, please understand that the seasons have changed. You are looking at your time, but the time tells you that the seasons have changed. That's the first point I want you to bear in mind. And we are building on that. So let me go forward, and I've talked about this. Look at it. Look at these characteristics. For the baby boomers, which is the generation X and Y, they dislike hierarchy and authority. If you are the type of manager who you tell these guys, whenever you are coming to my office, knock and wait before I tell you to come in, they're never going to like you. The Alpha generation, they don't like authority, they don't like hierarchy. They want to meet their boss in town. Hey, boss, hey, Abby, how you doing, man? And they go. They don't want to say madam, they want to say sir. They want to call you by your first name. That is their mindset. That's their characteristics. You have a choice. And these are people, listen gentlemen, who are very, very informal, and yet they are very well educated. So the question is, are you going to go with hierarchy or you're going to go for talent? That is a choice the leader is going to have to make. Another characteristic is they are very technology savvy. So you are going to say, I don't know technology because this young man who just came out of university, he has so much competence in technology, but I don't like the way he dresses. Okay, you have to choose. Are you going for dressing or are you going for competence? Are you with me? These are the challenges that are confronting leaders today. And you're going to have to make a choice for either the vision or for personality. That's a choice you have to make. And that is why teamwork has become extremely important. Because you need to understand that for you to achieve your objective, it is a combination of talent, skills, and competence, not personality. In the times that we find ourselves, it's called the digital economy. Are we together here? All right. Now we are not doing. This is not what we are. If we are doing leadership into smaller groups, we shall take each of the generations and zoom down into the characteristics, how to work with them, it's a different ball game altogether, ladies and gentlemen. We are living in a very, very different times now. And as a leader, if you are going to go to work with the same methodology, this title mentality, you are going to walk, nobody following you. Because the generation that you are going to be leading at your workplace, they fall in this category. Look at it. These are people, they have little brand loyalty. Today they are wearing this brand, the next day they have changed. Because they are versatile. You need to make a choice. Now, we can look at personality from different angles, but for purpose of time, personality is different from the way you dress. It is an aspect of it, but your personality largely is a combination of your attitude and the way you go about the way you do things. Now, your attitude determines who you are, and who you are displays what you put out on the outside. So, for example, when I meet you and I talk to you, what you say gives me an idea of your personality. Your mindset, your paradigm is a reflection of who you are. Why? Because how do you become a doctor? You become a doctor by sitting, I'm not talking of even if it's PhD. Let's say medical doctor. You become a medical officer by transforming your mindset, by replacing what you know with a new level of knowledge, which is a body of medicine. Are we together? And that applies to every other knowledge. So I change my personality by renewing, changing the content of my mind. And what I have in my mind can either influence me positively or negatively, which then translates into who I am, which is your personality. So largely, your personality is a function of your mindset and how you allow your mindset to influence what you put out, which means your actions. That is what personality is all about. Now, so you see me and I dress like this. I may look nice. I think I look nice. But you make a mistake to think that this is my personality. You can meet a very beautiful woman, but when she opens her mouth, it stinks. That person is a girl, not a marriable material. You can have a man, a boy who looks like a man, but the personality is not a man, because the mindset is still a boyish. He's a lactating boy, drinking breast, but he looks like a man. Are we together? So when we say personality, let's not make the mistake of thinking that personality is the way you dress. Personality is a function of your paradigm, your mindset, and how that influences the way you act in public. We are living in times where if you are a leader, you need to be flexible enough to manage your personality. You cannot have a fixed mindset. This is how we have done things over the last 20 years. And therefore, this is how things are going to be. Your personality is a cake. It's fixed. It cannot operate in a digital economy. In the digital economy, there's nothing like certainty. Everything is transient. You understand the word transient? It's not stable. It's not. And I have a concern for managers who think that they have been in the organization for 20 years and therefore they are still relevant. Listen to me. You can be in a company for 20 years. If you don't embrace change, you will be made irrelevant. Do you understand the word irrelevance? You will be made irrelevant. In other words, when they are meeting to discuss issues, your mindset, your brain, the content of your brain is so distant. The issues being discussed on the table are new to you. Your personality is a cake. I pray when we come next, we'll do digital leadership. I would appreciate why the leader, if we want to transform our organization, sir, we have no choice but to develop what we call a moving personality. That's why I said, Your Excellency, that if you have a manager, you call for meeting, what do you think on this matter? He said, oh, I concur with what Madam have said. That's okay for the first time. Maybe he's thinking. But for the second time, oh, I concur with what somebody. Never putting any new idea on the table, you have a liability. That person's mindset is an archaic mindset. My greatest joy is to teach leadership, especially strategic leadership. I can stand on my feet for 2 days talking on leadership. It's my passion. I eat it. We are living in different zones, different times, my people, different times. And I'm challenging you for you to understand that. Please stop this idea of I finished my master's 2 years ago. I finished my doctorate 2 years ago. It is not relevant. How relevant are you with your output on the matter on the ground? There was an engineer, a mechanical engineer. You know who a mechanical engineer is? He was driving his car, not knowing the fuel pump. There was a small wire that connects the fuel pump to, and the thing was leaking. So as he was going, the fuel was leaking. So he got to a point, all the fuel was finished. A mechanical engineer. This guy was with his wife. Opened the bonnet, try, the thing is not working. The wife said, let's call the mechanic. You know who a mechanic is? A mechanic is not an engineer. This is somebody who is on the roadside. The man said, how can I call a mechanic? I'm an engineer. How can I call a mechanic? The wife said, honey, please, let's. So, okay. So the mechanic came, a very dirty, you know how they are. Very dirty, very, his hair is. He came with his tools. You know how they carry their tools. He said to the boy, the man, sir, can you open the bonnet? My friend, I've opened the bonnet already. What is it that you want? Please. The wife said, please, open. So he opened the bonnet. The mechanic went there, looked at it. They told the man, please, can you start the car? What? There's no fuel. How do I start the car? He said, please. So the man attempted to start. As he did, the mechanic said, please stop. So he went under the car. He looked at the thing and came back and he said, it's fuel. The engineer said, how can you say it's fuel? I filled my tank before coming. You, a mechanic, you are telling me engineer is fuel. Then he went and removed that small wire. He said, this is the wire. So the guy fixed it. They went and bought fuel, put it in the car. The man started, and what do you expected? Brrr. A mechanical engineer was looking at the mechanic. What am I saying? The mechanical engineer had a certain kind of knowledge that was irrelevant in context. Are we together? Yeah. The question is, how relevant are you in the context that you find yourself today? That is the essence of the clock. The seasons have changed. And I'm saying that for every leader, the people you are working with, okay? The people you are working with now, they have changed. They are no longer traditionalists. The traditionalists are very loyal. They are very much, they respect authority. They are generally conventional. The people that you are leading today, they are different from the traditionalists. If you don't change your leadership style, you'll be taking a walk. Nobody will be following you. It's as simple as that.